How's it going, everyone? My name is TheStarkz, and welcome to a brand new PlayStation 5 and next generational console for the Xbox video. Today, I'm going to be talking about the PlayStation 5 and something the Advanced Micro Devices CEO Lisa Su said in an article provided by WCCF Tech. So obviously, you know, with recent news regarding the PlayStation 5, or I mean technically it wasn't called PlayStation 5, but I think a lot of us are suspecting that the next PlayStation 5 is going to be, the next PlayStation is going to be called PlayStation 5, and obviously with Xbox, who knows at this point. But nonetheless, the CEO Lisa Su hints at a 2020 release for Sony's PlayStation 5 or Microsoft's next Xbox. So, as we all know, the house of AMD also offers semi-custom solutions, and both the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One are currently powered by multi-core AMD CPUs. Both consoles released back in 2013, as we all know, and have entered their final phases for their life cycles. Fans, including myself, are quite excited about the upcoming next-gen consoles, and while recent rumors claim that the PlayStation 5 and next Xbox will be released next year, Sony and Microsoft have yet to officially announce the consoles and their release date. A 2020 release for both consoles is at speculation at this point, but in AMD's most recent financial earnings call, CEO Lisa Su might very well have hinted at a release next year for either the PlayStation 5 or next Xbox, possibly even both. She quotes, "So yes, we are very pleased with our partnership and expanding our partnership with Sony on their next generational console." She said, and she added, "As we see the semi-custom business at this point, we still believe that it's going to be down substantially in 2019. Let's call it approximately 20% plus. And then as we go into 2020, without talking about any specific customer, we believe that semi-custom will return to a growth business for us in 2020 and beyond." And based off of her wordings, they speculate, or we could derive, that AMD expects a growth in its semi-custom business next year due to the launch of the PlayStation 5 and or next Xbox. Sony already mentioned that it won't be releasing the next PlayStation console before April of 2020, and going by Sony's trend of releasing its consoles, the PlayStation 5 could very well launch by the end of the next year, probably around November, you know, the last 4 months of the year, obviously, because that's when they typically release their consoles. So yeah, this is very interesting news. Based off of what the CEO stated, this could imply that maybe this, this I guess growth within their business could be done based off of the release of the PlayStation 5 and or next generation console for the Xbox. So obviously, this is exciting news because we are beyond April. We're almost half a year in 2019, and a 2020 release date for the next PlayStation and Xbox seems very likely, and I hope we do get it. Obviously, I think if the PlayStation and Xbox were to release their consoles in 2020, I think it's logical that before the end of 2019 that they have some kind of information regarding, or some form of official statement from either Sony or Microsoft explaining in whether in detail or vague details that yes, we do have another console coming out for 2020 or around 2020 and or 2021. And here are some details regarding that, because obviously the article that we got with Mark, I believe it was Mark Cerny, yeah, it was the lead architect, Mark Cerny, and another, I guess, journalist or whatever, he stated that, hey, listen, we have all these different implementations for the PlayStation 5, and based off of what was mentioned in the article, it seems like the PlayStation 5 is well beyond in its, I would say definitely mid production. It's definitely not early. I don't think it would be. I mean, come on, let's be real. I'm sure it's almost, if not at mid production of the PlayStation 5, finding out its capabilities and its performance and how it could, outsell the PlayStation 4 and all these different quirks, and as well as games, which I think is another video I'll be talking about in the future. But this is really interesting stuff, and I simply cannot wait to see in the upcoming, a couple of months from now, where Sony as well as Microsoft, because I got to admit, I definitely had some interest in Xbox in the past. I just happened to get a PlayStation 4 and I loved it, but I'm still open to getting a new Xbox if Microsoft shows that they've learned from their past mistakes and are looking to sell a console that isn't more than 500 Canadian, or actually more than 400 Canadian, because there's no way I'm going to buy that. Same with Sony. I mean, I think I would for PlayStation 5 just because I'm a fan of Sony and they've proved themselves worthy. But if Microsoft has their next console sold for more than $400, I am not going to buy it. And you can quote me however you'd like, but that is the simple truth. So obviously I'm excited for PlayStation as well as Microsoft or Xbox, their new console as well. It's exciting times, it really is, and I think the next State of Play might have some more information regarding some of the games for PlayStation, and I doubt they will have anything for PlayStation 5, but nonetheless, 2020, do you agree with that or not? Do you think that we're going to get it a little later than 2020, maybe 2021 at the latest or earliest, depending on how you feel? I think a 2020 release for the PlayStation 5 seems likely. But of course, the comment section is open for you to express your opinions and speculations, so do so in the comment section below. And as always, I've been TheStarkz. Thank you for watching. Peace.